There we go. I'm going to wait a few minutes so everyone is able to join the session, and then we will start reviewing the charts from yesterday, of course, and going over the price traps if we have some new opportunities for today. I've already been through the charts. I've already been looking, and looks like we are just gonna keep the price traps like it is and see what the market has to offer today. But before I go into that, let me first check what the Forex Factory is showing us. Um, Let me first change this to just 1 day. There we go. All right. What do we have here? We do have some bank holidays. We have a pound news coming in, official bank rates. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna have some impact. The unemployment claims on the USD also pretty big. So yeah, today will be not that calm like yesterday, but it's okay. All right, we have seen worse. Talking about CPIs and that kind of stuff. For tomorrow, we also have the GDP from pounds, unemployment change and rate from Canadian, and some USD news, but it's okay. All right, nice. I do like to see what I'm seeing here when we are talking about news. Good. Let's dive straight into it. The very first one, 80 Canadian. I think this is pretty simple. We didn't break out, so we are still waiting for the breakout retest to the downside. Remember, we are still running this one. Okay, for the people who reacted on the first breakout retest right over here, which was a beautiful idea, just a textbook price trap. We are still running this one. We are now with like, I'm not sure, but I think 40 pips, something like that. 35 pips in profit, so that's a pretty good one. So let this one run. Let's see if we can break that support zone and follow up that downside movement here. Would be nice if we can create that staircase, if we can create another breakout retest and react on the other lower high. But we will see. We follow this up today, of course. Then we have 80 JPY. 80 JPY is still in between our zones. Also no breakout. So if there is no breakout, of course, we're not even looking at it. We always want to wait for the breakout and the retest. These are the very first two rules when it comes down to price trade. Okay, so 1 hour candle close above, and then of course the retest into our zones. For GA, let me check. I was waiting for a breakout to the upside for the resistance zone. I'm gonna still keep it like it is. If I want to see the market going to the downside, I want to see it breaking the lows, of course. And if I want to see the market following up that uptrend, I want to see a breakout of our resistance zone. I'm gonna delete the zone in between because that was the breakout retest from Tuesday, and this should be still running if you're twin trading. But if you're, excuse me, if you can, or if you're using a take profit one with a 1-on-3 risk to reward without the twin trading, yeah, then your take profit should be hit already. Then we have GN. This is looking a little nasty, to be honest. I don't like the chart anymore. We did break to the downside, but I'm doubting too much about it. All right, I do have too much mixed signals, let me say it like that, in here. We are at some massive demand zones, so there is a very high potential that we would start moving to the upside when it comes down to GN. But I'm gonna delete it and move on to the next one. For NZD Canadian, we are still in between our zone. We are still waiting for the breakout. I would love to see the market, yeah, breaking to the upside following the uptrend, but also the downside movement is a very high potential. All right, we have massive imbalance zones that is created here with this news event. I think this was NFP, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we have both directions where we have some good opportunities. We could go to higher supply zones, or we could go and fill up and go to these lower demand zones. Okay, so these are the price traps that didn't break out. Then we have Canadian JPY. Canadian JPY gave us a retest during spread hour, I think. I'm not sure. No, this is 2 o'clock in the night, so that's not spread hour. Can do something with that. 50-minute time frame engulfing. So yeah, if you're a price action trader, if you're looking for candlestick patterns, this could be an opportunity. Let me see if it triggered. Just want to make sure. No, it didn't trigger. All right. So yeah, what I'm personally looking for with Canadian JPY is simply just that dip back into the zone. All right, to this demand zone or this one here. We have two options. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this one. just gonna, yeah, see what the market will do if we get back to that zone, and if we can create some good price action, or if we can create on some good FIP levels and that kind of stuff. Exactly the same thing for GJ. Let me make these zones a little smaller here. I don't like it when they are too big. It doesn't really matter how big you make your zones, but I don't like it when they are too big. All right, so there we go. Here we do have already a reaction on the first demand here. Also, market created some good price action, but I do believe that market can dip a little lower here to create that higher low that I'm personally really searching for. So let's see how it will go through on this day. For euro pound, yeah, this is still looking good for the retest to the downside. This could take a while, all right? This is perfectly possible that the market will give us the retest next week, all right? So let's just wait for this one. We're simply following up that uptrending movement, and that's what I want to see here also for euro pounds. AUD USD, exactly the same thing. We didn't came back all the way to our zone, and that's basically what I want to see, what I'm searching for. So if I want to see something happening with AUD USD, I want to see it getting back higher, all right, or breaking that support zone. Okay, so let's just let's adjust this a little bit. Let's just make sure that we have a new support zone ready. So if the market doesn't give us that retest that we want to see or that we are looking for, we have still that opportunity for the breakout retest of the next support zone, of the next low of the market structure. And like you can see, market is creating some good downtrending movements here. There we go. We have the high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then potentially lower low again. So then we are searching for that retest, okay? But it's still possible that we will go from this point higher and catch some supplies and that kind of stuff. So we have two opportunities, the break of the support or the retest of that zone from yesterday. There we go. Break, supports. Good. Then we have AUD NZD. We finally broke out. Okay. We didn't have a proper retest yet. So let's see if we can still get back into our zone to have that proper retest. If it doesn't happen and it takes off without us, yeah, it is what it is. We gotta pay attention though, because we are here at some massive demand zones. Okay, so there is a very high possibility that the market will start moving up from that point. And then if market gets back to the zones that we like to see, we got to really pay attention to the price action here. Okay, I hope that makes sense. There we go. Then I had all the orange flags, or it changed to yellow now. Then we have the blue flags. All right, that's the first one. Euro NZD broke out, came back for the retest. For me personally, I found it very hard to find that low. For the people who know how to react with FIPS, you know what I mean. So I personally stayed away of it. I was doubting too much, like which low do I use and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just left it alone. If you're a price action trader, you do have some price action moments here on these lows to react on it. Okay, 1 hour time frame engulfings, 30-minute time frame engulfings, 50-minute time frame engulfings. So every time frame was showing that the market was preparing himself to start moving to the upside again. All right, very beautiful target zone, of course, is a supply we have created with the breakout, which is around 40 pips from where you could react on the price action. How do you know which are important supply and demand zones? It's pretty simple, okay? If we are talking about supply and demand, how can you recognize that? It's pretty simple. We have 4 different patterns. You can see the pattern that does a rally, then does a little consolidation and drops again. Or you have the one that's, of course, the opposite. This right over here, for example, the drop, base, rally, okay? And then you have 2 other patterns, and that's basically, for example, right over here, the drop, base, drop, or of course the opposite. And where do we have it here? Let me check. Here we go. The rally, base, rally. Okay, so these are the 4 different patterns we can see if we're talking about supply and demand. Now, how can you recognize this where the important zone is? Well, if you see the market taking off pretty strong, like for example, right over here, we have this rally and then this base and then rally again. You see that this is an exponential move. If you see an exponential move like that, mostly of the time at the beginning of that move, you will have your supply and demand zones. And these are pretty important and you got to take a look or watch out for them. Okay. So I hope that made sense. Was it Marian? I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, but I think I did. Good. And then we have Euro USD. If we take a look at Euro USD, I'm really waiting for the market to get a little higher here to get a proper retest into these imbalance zones, supply zones. I know I'm talking about a supply zone right over here, and you could be like, yeah, but whoa, how do you see that this is a supply zone? Well, pretty simple. If you go to the lower time frames, we have the market slowing down here. You could see it as a rally-based drop, or you could see it as a drop-based drop. All right. Let me go to even lower time frames. Maybe that's more clear. Yeah, it's not the most clear one, but the imbalances is the one that really triggered me to watch out for that zone. But we have the same thing. Was it like AUD USD? Yes, exactly the same like AUD USD. Market has created a new support zone. It's perfectly possible that this lower high is the lower high that the market will create, and that we now start breaking, retesting the next low. Okay, so I'm gonna put that support zone on here. If the market breaks through it, we still have the opportunity to react on this one. Okay, crossing down. There we go. So let's see where we can get with Euro USD. I'm also gonna add a new retest alert, so I know if the market gets back to that retest zone, I am ready. Do I have everything? NZD USD, did I cover NZD USD already? I don't think so. What do we see here on NZD USD? We had the breakout again, retest, beautifully reacting here on this zone. Now I hear you thinking like, how did you know that this little line was an interesting zone to look at? Well, pretty simple. I used my fit. I saw the fit creating some interesting zones there. The other one, like you can see, just below that 72 on this massive buy candle over here. I do believe same thing like AUD USD and Euro USD, that we can get a little higher here, fill up that imbalance, fill up the supply zone that is sitting above there. So let's see if we can get back, yes or no. Okay, so these are all the price traps. Let me go over one more time because I'm gonna keep them all. Okay, so the first one, AUD Canadian, then we have AUD JPY, which is still in between our zones. AUD NZD, we are waiting for a better retest over there. AUD USD, same thing. We are waiting for a higher retest or a breakout retest of the support. Euro pound, still waiting for the retest. Like I said, this could take a while. Then we have Euro NZD, which is taking off from this point. Let's see if we can really run this one higher and develop an uptrending market. Euro USD, exactly the same thing, waiting for the higher retest or the breakout retest of the support zone. GA, waiting for the breakout retest, of course. GJ, waiting for the market to get a little bit lower. Like you guys hear it, this is price trap, all right? If we're looking at price trap, you gotta be a patient person, all right? I'm going through all these pairs and I hear a word coming back and back and back again. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Guys, remember, we are paid to wait, all right? So always put that in your mind. We are paid to wait. So if you're getting impatient, maybe it's a good quote to put above your desk or to put on the background of your smartphone, just to remind yourself that it's always a waiting game, okay? Especially with price trap, okay? If you don't like waiting, you should consider scalping. All right, good. Then we have NZD Canadian. Like you can see, we are still in between our zones. I want to see the breakout retest to the upside, would be amazing. We again have that zone in between our consolidation zone. So you could say like, yeah, but why are you not looking at this support zone? Well, pretty simple. This is the low that created the last high. So I want to focus on this low and not this one, because I got too much in the past that I got messed up. Because of this movement, for example, you have the retest, you think like, all right, right, let's go. We go for it. We go a little in profit, we go back up, we go a little in profit, we go back up. This is what you what you're trapped in if you're using price traps like that. Okay, good. Then NZD USD, you have seen it, or you're waiting for a higher retest, or the market just breaks the support. The new support is exactly the same like Euro USD and which was also 80 USD. So let me put also an alert here. Close it down. There we go. Break support. And then we have, last but not least, Canadian JPY. All these ones I'm still waiting for a retest, a better retest, a deeper retest, okay? So let's see if we can get it. If we can't get it, just let the market run, all right? You don't need to have a trade every single day, guys. Remember yourself that. A lot of people are like crack junkies in here, all right? They are like, they need to have one trade a day at least, all right? Or they start sweating, or they start thinking that they are losing, or that kind. No, it's perfectly possible that you have days that you just don't trade, okay? And that's perfectly fine, all right? A day not traded is also a winning day because you didn't lose anything, all right? That's also a way you can look at it. Good. I'm gonna check all the other charts if we can have some new opportunities here. But I think I'm going to keep it like it is with all the pairs we have right now. I don't want to force too much also. I don't want to have too much price traps, but GU is pretty clean. This is amazing. We could go higher for a retest, of course, but this little price trap, I really like that. This is 1 hour time frame, right? Yeah, 1 hour time frame. Amazing. Very, very clean price trap here. So we have two different options, of course. This is very small, but yeah. There we go. Let me first fix this. There we go. So break support. And then we have crossing up, break resistance. All right, so which scenario or what is the possibility here on GU? Well, pretty simple. Or we are breaking out to the upside, obviously, or to the downside, all right? Obvious. This is price trap, you know? So the breakout to the upside, we can see the market getting back to levels like this or this, okay? So we have that opportunity to have like around 30 to 50 pips, something like that. But that's a little bit like the counter trend because we are moving up with GU for a couple of days already, or we respect the structure that the market is creating right now, so the break of structure that the market is creating right now, and create a breakout retest to the downside. Okay, I really like this chart. Let's see how far we can get with it. GCAT, I don't like it. GN also moving away from that one. USD Canadian, nope. UJ also nothing. And then we have gold also. No, I'm gonna stay away from that. So yeah, these are the different price traps. We are with 13 price traps, guys. Please be aware and be careful. Don't over trade. I know it's very tempting when you see this much of pairs that you have multiple ideas for today. But like you guys know, I personally have a rule for myself that keeps me away from over trading. Please develop a rule like that for yourself. Okay, it will protect you, and it's just it just doesn't make sense if you're reacting on 5 different price traps, or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. I've seen it, guys. If you're thinking like, what, 10? Yeah, I've seen it. People do 10 trades in a day. But if you're risking 0.5%, that's very low. You're risking 5% in one day. That's way too much, all right? And it's also surpassing the most funded account rules for a daily drawdown. So please be careful for that, okay? Some funded accounts, you can only go 4% in a day in drawdown. So if you're risking 10 trades with a 0.5 risk and they go all, which is very unlikely, but they go all to stop loss, you already lost your account. All right. Okay. So that's it. Any more questions? Excuse me, guys. Looks like everything's clear. Yes. Okay, okay. I see a thumbs up coming. So I think everything is clear. Let me close off the session. I know it's a pretty short session for today, but that's basically just because of the price traps that we are just using from yesterday. Oh, okay. I see a question. What do you say about the Euro NZD 1 hour capital close? You're looking, yeah. We are still not really awake, all right? So this is not really, yeah, of course it was better to have that 50-minute engulfing ride over here, or you have that 30-minute engulfing ride over here, but we still have that 1 hour engulfing opportunity here. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's looking pretty nice, especially if you're mixing it with the 4 hour time frame. It's looking good price action wise. Okay, so if you're not in yet, yeah, if you're not in yet, you can still have that opportunity to react on this price action with a FIP, and then hopefully see the market trigger your entry and then move to the upside. Okay, so let's see how that will work out. Yeah, right now, right? 3 minutes left. Let's see if we can really engulf this. I want to see the lower time frames. What are you reacting on? Some supply? We shall see. Okay. Main crypto. Let's see what the Bitcoin chart is doing. All right, we're really moving down. Beautiful breakout retest here. Market Solana. It's like the meme blockchain of the cryptocurrencies. The only thing that is booming out there are meme coins. Yeah, I'm personally not really a fan of Solana. A lot of people ask me, yeah, but why? It's a good blockchain and there's a lot of volume. And it went from, I'm not sure, I think $20 to 100 and something like that. And yeah, I know there is possibility to make money on that, but that doesn't mean it's a good blockchain. All right. It has so many downtimes. Just imagine yourself that we are really moving into the cryptocurrencies away from banks and that kind of stuff. And you have all your assets in your Solana blockchain, and then you have a downtime. Just imagine the situation you have with the downtime of Solana, that it would happen to a central bank. The central bank would make massive losses, and a lot of people would say like, whoa, 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 I need to get out of there, because if this bank crashes, I lost all my money. And that's what we see with Solana right now. They have so many downtime that I personally don't like it. And there are way better solutions and way better blockchains when it comes down to that um, kind of technology. All right. So for the people who know that, I'm, for example, a very big fan of this one here. Of course, do your own research. This is not a financial advice, but this is a massive one. This is a sleeping giant, guys. Not everyone knows this one. He's already here for a long time, but just do your research on this one. Just go a little bit in depth and see what this project has to offer. Okay. I'm personally already in this market from this point. Of course, I've been buying this low also, but this was my first moment I really got to know this coin and this project, and I was sold personally immediately because of the yeah the technology that is behind it. Okay. So good. I think this is clear for Bitcoin. I'm waiting for the market to get back to that zone, break that zone. Of course, if we respect this could be the sign that the market would go bullish again. Remember that. But I do believe we can still get a little lower here to the 52, 51, 52 area. Okay, so still the same, like I said. All right. For Ethereum, let me check pretty quick. Same thing here for Ethereum. Let's see where we can get with that downside movement. What is Uniswap doing? Uniswap had some bad news because of the SEC suing them. or like, yeah, saying that it's security and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we are holding pretty strong on that support level, still massively in profit. I gave this one to my community here in Belgium. Um, I was already talking about Uniswap and in 2021, something like that. And I was telling them, guys, like, the moment we get below $4, 450 and three, between 450 and 350, that's a beautiful low where you can get in. And of course, we did that. And like you can see, we never went in drawdown again. All right. So this is also a very interesting project. Of course, it's one of the biggest DeFi platforms we can find. But yeah, of course, no financial advice here, just sharing some knowledge. What's this one doing? Oof. We have beautiful prices on the altcoins, guys. So please do your research on cryptos. Make sure you're positioned well, because if you're thinking the bull run is over, just wait and see. All right. Good. Any more questions? Something you want to see, something you want to hear, something, it doesn't matter what, just let me know. Price trap, personal, workouts, nothing. I think we are done there. All right. We had a good session again. Like you know, we have different price traps from yesterday. Let's see how they will play out. We are still running 80 Canadian. We do have some beautiful opportunities coming and developing. I think Euro NZD now just closed the candle. Oof, I would be careful right now. We rejected a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it now for like it is for today. For the people from the Telegram channel, we see each other back next week at Tuesday, of course, 8:30 a.m. Brussels time zone or Central Europe time zone. And for the people from the community here in Belgium, we see each other back tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. for a brand new session. All right. So thank you all for being here. I wish you all the best. Ciao, ciao.